Welcome back, students. In our last class, we studied the properties of whole numbers for addition. In today's class, we will study the properties for subtraction. So, our first property is closure property. What it says? It says if x and y are two whole numbers, then x minus y is not necessarily a whole number. Take an example. Suppose I have x as 1 and y as 2. So what will be x minus y? 1 minus 2. It equals to minus 1. And we know that minus 1 is not a whole number. So this property is verified. We can say the whole numbers are not closed for subtraction. My second property is commutative property. What it says? It says if x and y are two whole numbers, then x minus y is not equals to y minus x. Verify this property. Take an example. Suppose x is 1 and y is 2. X minus y 1 minus 2 and y minus x 2 minus 1. 1 minus 2 is minus 1 and 2 minus 1 is 1. So minus 1 is not equals to plus 1. So this property is also verified. So we can say that subtraction of two whole numbers is not commutative. My third property is associative property. What it says? It says for any three whole numbers x, y and z, x minus bracket y minus z is not equals to x minus y minus z. That means we have to take care of the arrangement of numbers. We cannot subtract number in any order. Take one example and verify it. Suppose x is 3, y is 2 and z is 1. So left hand side x minus 3 minus bracket 2 minus 1, and this side x minus y 3 minus 2 bracket minus 1. So 3 minus 2 minus 1 is 1. Here 3 minus 1 2 is 1 minus 1. So here it is 2 and here it is 0. And 2 is not equals to 0. So this property is verified. So we can say that subtraction of whole numbers does not satisfy associativity. My next property is existence of identity. It says for any whole number x, x minus 0 is equals to x, but 0 minus x is not equals to x. Suppose my x is 1, so 1 minus 0 is 1, it is equals to x, but 0 minus 1 is minus 1, so it is not equals to x. So we can say for subtraction no identity number exists. We will not get the same number. My next property is existence of inverse. It says subtraction of every non-zero whole number does not have an identity number, so its inverse does not exist. We do not have inverse for subtraction. My next property is distributive property. What it says? It says for any three whole number x into y into z, x comma y comma z, x multiplied by bracket y minus z is equals to x into y minus x into z. Or if I change the order of multiplication, y minus z multiplied by x equals to y into x minus z into x. I think x is missing here, so you can write it at your own. It is z into x. So verify this property. Suppose I have x is 3 y is 2 and z is 1. So I'm placing the value here, x into y. So 3 into 2 minus x into z, 3 into 1, 3 to the 6 minus 3. My answer is 3. Now place the value in second row. Y multiply by x. So y is 2, x is 3 minus z into x. My z is 1 and my x is 3. So 2 3 is 6 and 3 1 is 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. So here I get 3 and here I also get 3. So we can multiply number in any order. So we will move to the exercise now. We have studied all the properties for subtraction. So here is my exercise 5b. Here is a question, fill in the blanks. It says 8 minus 0 equals to, and 0 minus 8 is equals to. We know that 8 minus 0 is 8 and 0 minus 8 is minus 8. So we can say that 8 is not equals to minus 8. So it is asking us that subtraction of whole number is not. We have to write the property. So we have studied that x minus y is not equals to y minus x, and it comes under commutative property. So my answer will be subtraction of whole number is not commutative. Now 5 minus 10 equals to minus 5, which is not a whole number. 5 minus 10 is minus 5 and minus 5 is not a whole number. So we will write here not a whole number. And subtraction of dash is not closed. So we will write here whole number. Subtraction of whole numbers is not closed. It satisfies closure property. My third question is 7 minus 18 and 7 minus 18 minus 5. So 7 minus 18, you know what is 7 minus 18? It is minus 11. And 7 minus 18 minus 5. So minus 11 minus 5 is minus 16. So here are my two answers. And next 18 minus 5. 18 minus 5 is 13. And 7 minus 18 minus 5, 7 minus 13 is minus 6. So here are my two answers. And it is asking, is 7 minus 18 minus 5 is equal to 7 minus 18 minus 5? No, because in first subtraction we get answer as minus 16 and here we get answer as minus 6. So subtraction of whole number is not associative. So my next question is, write the identity number if possible for subtraction. We know that it is not possible to identify the number for subtraction because of existence of identity. 0 minus x is not equals to x. So my answer is not possible. Question number 4, write the inverse if possible for subtraction. We also know that inverse does not exist. We just studied that. So my answer is inverse does not exist. Next question, 12 into 9 minus 6. Very simple. 12 into 9 minus 6 is 3. So 12 into 3 is 36. Now 12 into 9. 12 into 9 is 108. And 12 into 6 is 72. 108 minus 72 is 36. And here I also got the answer is as 36. So my both answers are same. Now it is asking 12 into 9 minus 6 is equal to 12 into 9 into 12 into 6. Yes, the both values are equal. In both case, we got the answer as 36. So we will write yes, they are equal. Now, is this type of result always true? Yes, it is true just because of distributive property. In the property used, the property name is distributive property. So now we will move for the next topic, that is whole numbers property for multiplication. We will study the same properties but now for multiplication. So my first property is closure property for multiplication. So it says if x and y are two whole numbers, then x into y is also a whole number. Suppose x is 1 and y is 2. So x into y means 1 into 2 is 2. So 2 is a whole number. So when we multiply two numbers, we will get always a whole number if x and y is a whole number. Second property is commutative property. It says if x and y are two whole numbers, then x into y will be equals to y into x. We can multiply the numbers in any order. Suppose x is 1 and y is 2. So x into y is 1 into 2 and y into x is 2 into 1. So 1 into 2 is 2 and 2 into 1 is 2. So we will get the same answer. So we can say if x and y are two whole numbers, then x into y will be equal to y into x. We can multiply the numbers in any order, so multiplication is commutative. My next property is associative property. It says x into y into z will be equals to bracket x into y into z. We can multiply three numbers in any order. Very simple. My next property is existence of identity, and it says for any whole number x, x into 1 will be equals to x and 1 into x will be x. So x into 1 will be equals to 1 into x. If we multiply any whole number by 1, or we will multiply 1 by any whole number, we will get the same number. We will get the same whole number. My next property is multiplicative inverse. It says if x is any whole number, then its multiplicative inverse is 1 upon x. Suppose my x is 5, so its multiplicative inverse will be 1 upon x. That means 1 upon 5, because when we multiply x by 1 upon x, 5 into 1 upon 5, we will get 1. So my next property is distributive property, and what it says for any three whole numbers x into y, x comma y comma z, x multiplied by bracket y plus z will be equals to x into y plus x into z. Now my last property is cancellation law of multiplication. It says for if x, y, z are the three non-zero whole numbers, then x into y equals to x into z. We will cancel out the x from the both side, so y will be equals to z. Suppose my value of x is 3 and I'm multiplying 3 into y and 3 into z. So 3 will be cancelled out from both sides, so y will equals to z. Okay. So these are my properties for multiplication. Now we will move for exercise. So it is my exercise 5C. Here we will get the questions for multiplication. So my first question is 42 into 0. So we know that our answer will be 0. When we multiply 0 by any whole number, we will get 0. We will get a 0. And which properties satisfy? Basically, it satisfy closure property. We will get the whole number. 0 is a whole number. My second question is 229 multiplied by bracket equals to 578 into 229. So it is same like x into y equals to y into x. So if I'm taking it as x and this y, so this is x and this is y. So we will write 578 here, and the property name is commutative property. So my next question is 23 multiplied by 56 equals to 20 into 56 plus blank into 56. You need to identify the value of this blank. So if you remember the distributive property of multiplication, what it says for any three whole numbers x, y, z, x multiply y plus z is equals to x into y plus x into z. So here we have two values same, 56 and 56. These are the value of x, and it is y into x, and it is z into x. So we have to find out the value of this z. So to make it like this, we have to change this number 23, because 56 is the value of x. 56, we have 56 on the both side. Now we will break this 23 into y and z into two parts, and one value is here given 20. So we will break 23 into two parts. So one value is 20. So what will be the other value? Other value will be 3. Now it is same like y plus z. And what is other value? The value is x. That is 56. Now it is same like x multiplied by y plus z. Now y plus z is this, and multiply x is this. Now one value of y is given as 20, second value will be 3. So my answer will be 3. My next question is 98 into 273 minus 75 into 273. So here you have to fill the blanks. We will take this 273 as common, and 98 minus 75. So in this blank we will write 98 minus 75, and here what we will write 98 minus 75 is 23. So my answer will be 23 into 273. Now move to the next question. By rearranging the given number, evaluate. My first question is 2 multiplied by 487 into 50. So and by associative property, we can multiply the numbers in any order. If we have three numbers x, y, z, we can multiply numbers in any order. We can multiply xz first, we can multiply xy first. So here I will multiply first 2 into 50, because we know 50 into 2 is 100. Now my last number is 487. So 487 into 100 is 487 and 00. 48,700. So my answer is 48,700. Now next question is use distributive law to evaluate. And what is distributive law? Distributive law is x into y plus z equals to x into y plus x into z. Now here you have to make one number in the form of y plus z. So 102, break this 102 into two numbers. We will write as 100 plus 2. 100 plus 2 is 102 and x is 984. Now it is in the form of x into y plus z. Now you will open the bracket as x into y plus x into z. So 984 multiply by 100 plus 984 into 2. So it is 98,400 plus 1968. Add these numbers and my answer is 1,368.